Oh shit! All right, well, we are. Fuck it, we're live. Welcome back. Welcome back to this beautiful Tuesday night. Weez, what's up, man?
Not much, man. This
Yeah,
has already been a lot of fun.
it's good. And Oreo King, how are you?
Who's that now?
Aren't you eating Oreos?
Again, your mother.
No,
Oh,
it's Donut.
sorry. Donuts cleverly disguised as Oreos. Psycho, welcome back, dude.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
I wish I had something interesting to report, but apparently we're talking about my mom, so I don't know what's going on.
You got me on that one. I wasn't there. I
You
was
were
busy
here,
looking for a
goddamn it.
wingnut in my house and apparently a cat. So
We were talking about your mom, and Tony was looking for a nut. That sounds about right.
so what Psycho, what do you got, man? What do you got that you want to report?
No, I said I got nothing interesting to report.
Oh, nothing interesting to report. My bad.
I mean, I opened all my 2012 turtle figures.
Ooh,
They're actually very cool.
the Super Sevens?
No. The NECA.
2012.
Yeah. These are the NECA
2012
turtle figures.
Oh, okay, yeah. The individual boxes.
I know that Chris already opened all of his. I do see what people were talking about with Michelangelo. Like I have all the figures, but Michelangelo's arms do feel a little flimsy compared to everybody else's arms. They're not like, I don't feel like they're going to break immediately or anything, but they do feel a little flimsier when you compare them with everybody, like all the other turtles. So
Is it at the
Psycho
joints
was
for like the
so
shoulders?
worried. So Psycho gets really worried about things. So he was reading like and seeing all the reports about the figures of this and that. But months ago, when they first came out, I ripped Mikey open on the cast, and I was like, "Yo, these things feel fine. Like there's whatever these reports are, I'm not seeing with this one. Like it's a sturdy figure. You know, the limbs are a little like they're thin, right? But like it's not like a problematic with the figure." And a couple weeks ago, he brought it up again to me. And I'm like, bro, like, just listen to what I'm telling you. Like, I'm not gonna steer you wrong. If it was a piece of shit, I'd tell you it was a piece of shit. Like, I'm not afraid. Because I feel like for content, if I open up, I'm like, man, this is a goddamn piece of shit. It'd probably be good content. We'd probably get a lot of clicks on it. But I'm not gonna just lie. You know what I mean? If I'm telling you like there's really no issue, at least not the widespread bullshit issues that people are saying online, like it's not gonna be a thing.
So
One day he'll learn to listen to me. That I won't steer him wrong.
I
Is
didn't listen to you. I said that it's not that bad, but I can see why people were concerned. That's all.
So is it the shoulder joints? Is that what you're talking about? Where they go into the shell?
It's the whole arm. It's the whole arm, like from here down, just because it's thinner. It's much thinner than everything. Give me 1 second. I gotta go help her.
Yep, no problem.
So let's just kick him.
All right, so yeah. So I had some pickups. I don't have them handy other than the Joy toys. So I got the Ben Cooper kids as the turtles, the Bebop Rocksteady Shredder.
I'm
Super.
waiting for mine to come in.
Oh, they're so freaking cool. I do wish there was a foot soldier. I think that would have been cool, but
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do like a wave 2 of them. An April, Casey, Foot Soldier, probably a couple other characters.
yeah, I guess my thing with that is though, if they're trying to stay true to like, well, I guess that's a stupid statement. I was gonna stay true to like Ben Cooper costumes, but you know, Ben Cooper never made the Terrifier, right? They just made that for Terrifier.
Right. So what they've done is that they've stayed true to the costumes, but then they have a couple of what if waves. Like what if
Right.
Ben Cooper made Trick or Treat, Terrifier? Like what would those costumes be like? So they've made them in that fashion, in the true the feel and the spirit of a Ben Cooper costume. You know what I mean?
So I don't know if you're able to see
remember
this. I'm gonna try,
Wait.
but huh?
No, I said the Ben Cooper, the real costumes. I know there's turtle ones, but was there a Shredder, Bebop, and Rocksteady originally?
I don't think so. Those just came out, I think, for the for NECA's release or what have you.
Right.
I mean, if
Was
there,
that
if there
a Joy
was,
toy?
somebody speak it up, but I don't think there was. I don't remember there being one as a kid. So,
Is that Joy Toys?
yep, it's Joy Toy. He's beefy, man. I mean, I know I don't take him out. I know you guys hate that, but he's a big boy. I mean, that's a good. Wait, hold on. Let me measure. That's about okay. Yeah, so that's about.
That's
he's
about
probably
7 inches.
He's a good 14-inch toy. By comparison. No, he's probably he's probably 7 inches, man. No pun intended. And he's got so many
That's
accessories, man. Like, I mean, it's freaking cool. It's got a very I like Joy Toys' take on the Turtles that they've done. I really do. I'm not going to say it's IDW, but it's definitely got that feel that it could be comic book style. It could be a darker comic.
From my understanding, just from what you've told me about it, because I don't really watch reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
The Joy Toy Turtles were small and pieces of shit.
Yes.
But the other figures they've done have really stepped up, almost like Loyal Subjects when they did the Turtles for their characters. Like the Turtles, like, all right, these are fucking pretty bad, but all the other characters they did, like, oh, these are actually decent characters.
Yeah, so I'd venture to say that here's what it was, because I remember the cast you're talking about. I remember saying these are garbage; they're so fucking small. But I was already hooked into
for the price.
Yeah, and I was already hooked into the line though, so I'm like, I got to keep going. So the Turtles, I was being unrealistic because it's got to scale with the rest of the toys, right? The rest of the characters are going to make. So if they'd have made them 7 inches, well, the supporting characters would have to be almost 10 inches, some of them, because that would would make sense for the show. So for the comics or anything like that, for the actual characters. So when I got the Turtles and they were so small, I was disappointed. Well, the Metalhead scales perfectly because it's bigger. The Shredder scales perfectly. He's bigger. The Triceratons, the Bebop the Rocksteady, all of the supporting characters that they're making make sense in scale to the Turtles. I just don't like the fact that the Turtles are made so damn small for what we're paying for them.
That makes sense. Like, even like you said, you saw that with Loyal Subjects. Is, the figures weren't for $20. I guess they're decent, but they were like the Turtles themselves were pretty bad representations, right?
Yeah.
Of at least for the cartoon, the cartoon ones they tried to do. But then when they did Bebop, Rocksteady, those were actually pretty good. All the other characters they did were actually pretty decent. And then when they did their IDW versions, the IDW versions were great.
Yeah, they look good. So they're aesthetically pleasing. I just have a problem with the quality. They're just, for what they are, they could have been $9.99 or even like a $13.99 kind of a figure. But $20, I mean, come on, man. That costs like 14 nickels to make. It's just so poor quality, in my opinion. And the only reason I have that to base it off of is because Damien had them loose, and I'm sitting there trying to play with them a little bit and look at articulation, and I'm just getting like more and more upset about how crappy they are.
I mean, what can you do at that point?
Yeah. Trying to think what else I got. So the Wingnut and the Screw Loose came in. Did you already open yours?
No, I haven't opened it yet because that could burn me that last time. So like now I fear that I'm opening it up. It's going to be the Toon 2-pack.
No, it's the right one. It's really cool, and I'm an idiot, of course. Like, say it live on the chat. I'm an idiot. I order too much. I have too much for my own good, and I forget that I get things. And so it comes in and it goes somewhere, and then somebody will be like, "Did you get XYZ?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't have that." And then I'll be like, "Wait a minute." And then run and go check the room and be like, "Oh, never mind. It's somewhere behind me."
That absolutely happens a lot.
Yes, it absolutely does.
I did want to show this one thing off though. So I think it was last week. I did a mass opening. I had a bunch of shit that I needed to get open so I could put up for display. So I opened like 20 different things. But one thing I opened was this big, massive Krampus motherfucker.
Is that NECA?
This thing. Yeah, it's NECA, yeah.
It is big.
This thing is huge. Not a lot of articulation. You got articulation like in the arms. Minor goes up and down and whatnot. His head. But you could like add in his tongue and everything. Like they have the accessories. He's just I did not expect him to be so massive. I expected him to be big because it's he's a big character, but I don't know how big I was expecting, but it was not this big. Quite
So-
impressed with it.
Do they show? Because I can't really tell. Your internet is really chunky right now. Like you look like you're trying to play video games at the same time.
Fuck.
Do the feet
Where did I
on
show something that happens? What the fuck?
so with Krampus itself, is his coat like fluid or is it solid on him?
No, so it's like it's a rubber overlay.
Okay, can you see his hooves? Like, did they show his
Um,
legs and hooves? I think that's pretty relevant.
Yeah, his hooves are there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay.
But his hooves go into just a solid red piece for the coat. So like it's just one solid chunk.
Yeah, I was just curious if that was
I mean, looking up a man's skirt. What kind of podcast is this?
Psycho, you're so quiet, man.
I'm just letting you guys discuss stuff that I have no opinions on.
Oh.
Well, see,
Like
this was that bullshit that I was worried because when we ordered them from Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
people started reporting they were getting the Toon 2-pack. And obviously, we ordered the Archie. I don't even think it was Archie. Maybe it was Archie. Whichever. Those versions of Wing Nut and Screw Loose. So I said, "Fuck it. I want to open on air because that way, if it is wrong and I lose my shit, it'll be good content."
At least Walmart will see it.
Because that shit was ridiculous. I even like emailed Nick. I'm like, "Hey, y'all just sent me the wrong thing." Because then they started sending people the right stuff. After like a month of people getting the wrong thing.
You got
They're like, "Oh, just return to where you bought it." I'm like, "Yo, hold on. Like, I already returned it. I just want to know how I got to get the right one. Like, I don't give a shit. I already returned the damn thing. Just what do I got to do to get the right thing? I'll pay for it." And they're like, "Oh, well, that's a store problem." Because, customer service at NECA is usually shit.
Oh, what are you, nuts?
All right, cool. It's the right
Truffy.
one. Not as exciting, because if it was bad, I would have fucking went ape shit.
I can tell you, I like the colors on that, man. They did a good job.
Yeah, no. Very cool.
I got Truffy licking my vodka.
Cat
That's gonna be a
knows what's
problem
up.
later.
I mean, don't lick it.
I had an American Bulldog years ago, and he loved rum. So if you opened a bottle of rum anywhere in the house, he would smell it and come running.
Should have kicked him out until he got his life together.
No.
Look, man, I think you got a problem. You got to go.
Yeah, no,
But,
my dogs, both my dogs hate the smell of liquor. Like if I pour something, I put the glass to their nose, they run away. They're like, nope, they don't want nothing to do with that.
My current dog, I don't know because he's too young and I'm not going to give him anything. But
Welcome aboard, Adam.
my American Bulldog, though, he was funny.
That's-
Chicken and rum. That's what would get him from wherever.
So
I don't know
basically,
what-
Tim.
Jesus. I don't know what BS this is, but it is that BS, Tim. Absolutely. I'm with it.
So we talked about like a couple weeks ago, I think, when we had Ice Spark on and we were transforming like crazy and Chris was getting bored and going on his phone. But remember we were talking about the MP scale Bruticus?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Beef
I
cake.
told you guys I ordered it. It had come in and really it's just for sale. It's not going to keep it. And I'm sitting here. It's funny because I was going back and forth with Johnny about it. And I'm like, watch these assholes make an upgrade kit. What are you going to upgrade? Well, sure as shit. They released an upgrade kit. And the upgrade kit was literally just the chest, legs, and 2 cannons for the back. I'm sorry, I lied. And 2 cupboards for his feet to make him look like cartoon color Bruticus. So you just like they did for the Legend scale Magic Square Bruticus. When they did the MP scale, they released all the same upgrade kit for the MP scale. And I'm just thinking, why they continue to do this? Why would they not just, when they sell the toy, include
Like that?
the pieces for a minimal upcharge, right? Include the pieces with that kit to upgrade should you choose to do so.
Well, So,
Because it's not an upgrade; it's just a visual upgrade.
but so I guess what you'd have to consider is how much are they selling the upgrade kit for?
That thing cost me $114, and the only reason I bought it is because when I sell it as a set with everything else, anybody who's spending the $1,500 to buy that thing is going to want the upgrade kit with it.
Right. So I guess what the idea is that if they sold it originally with the extra pieces in it, do you think you'd be able to that somebody would have bought the original at the price plus the additional $115?
I don't know that they would have had to have charged. I think it's just greed. I think they could have sold the main piece. They could have sold Onslaught, right? Because he's already the most expensive because he's the largest piece. So if they would have sold Onslaught instead of what did I pay for him? 140, I think. I'm not 100%, but let's say I paid $140 for Onslaught. If they would have said, "Look, Onslaught is $200, but here's everything he comes with," probably wouldn't have blinked an eye, truthfully, because ultimately it's only $80 more or $60 more dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
As opposed
what
to
you're
now,
saying.
it's like $114, and all I'm getting is pieces so he's color accurate to the cartoon. John, you look like you're researching something.
I'm looking up Beast Wars stuff.
Why?
Because I saw something earlier where somebody said that there were some figures that they were going to be dropping soon this year, and I was trying to see if I could figure out what they were talking about.
So I will tell you, Blockies is doing some really cool shit, and they're putting more and more Beast Wars in their releases, and they're doing these ones that are they're calling them like collector's grade, and it's kind of cool. So they're making these Transformers that have way more articulation. The colors and the finish and the detail look way better. So pretty cool. I'm excited. I know Johnny and I have a really big order in for Blockies, and that it's good. I mean, my next order is like $750 alone. So it's a lot, but we're getting some really cool shit. And definitely have Johnny to thank for that, but he's also killing my bank account with all this crap. Because every other week he's like, "Hey, we got another order in." I'm like, "I haven't sold any of these yet. I haven't taken them to a show." So I got a stack of crap in my living room of Blockies, but
Is Johnny doing okay?
yeah, he's I talked to him a few times.
Careful.
He's always in good spirits, you know. I'm not going to share too much more than that, but he's you know, if he wasn't, I think he'd get on and tell us all, but he's doing pretty good so far.
Okay, good.
So, you know, we love him and wish him the best. So he's making a choice that I probably should make, which is because of his situation, he can't drink anymore. And his wife Tammy, who, God bless her, man, she's very supportive, has already said, "Look, if you can't drink anymore, I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to do that to you." So they're both not drinking. So of course they called me, and I don't know what that says about me, but they were like, "We're going to give you all of our alcohol," and I'm like, "Okay." So yeah,
I'm a lush. I'll take it.
yeah, I'm a lush, so why not? But
I mean, if they called Chris, he would have taken it too. Like, let's.
It
I
depends
don't
on what
know.
it is.
I don't know half of what they had, but it was kind of funny when he goes, "Yeah, we got a bunch of dinner wines," and I go, "What the hell is a dinner wine?" So I was telling Corinne about it, and I was like, "Hey, babe," I said they're gonna give us some dinner wines, and she goes, "Dinner wines?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think they come with like breadsticks and salad and shit." All right, the best part of that, Psycho, was the sound. It was like, whap.
Dinner wines are wines that you drink with dinner.
No, I know.
I'm just trying to help you out.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Shellhead over there is quite the Italian. He got that dinner wines in his blood.
Listen, he said that.
that.
Listen, he said that, but the look of just complete like ignorance and the blank stare when he said they didn't know what a dinner wine was, I genuinely thought he didn't know what that was.
Well,
You know, I do a lot of shit just to get the reaction because it's great.
Well,
I miss my calling to be a comedian. I truly believe that.
I don't drink wine, so as far as I'm concerned, any wine is dinner wine because I only ever see people drink wine with dinner. Like, I don't socialize with people who just drink wine. Like, they get home from work, like, "I had a glass of wine."
This wine is
I
wild.
drink whiskey.
So you don't. I mean, Jen doesn't drink wine with dinner often. Like we do have some wines that she pairs with certain things, like 'cause she wants to try. She's been trying to find a red wine that she likes, but she does have like an after dinner wine, which is more. It's usually sweeter, right? It's after dinner wine is usually sweeter and it's got more flavoring to it. So like there are different wines for different reasons.
Well,
Yeah,
it says here is a
totally
dessert
ruled.
wine. Anybody? Greece? No.
No,
Damn it.
but that's beyond my scope of that because like I don't mess with wine at all, and I'll drink just rum. If I want rum, I have rum. If I want whiskey, I'll have some. I don't do like the rules of like, oh, only these times you should have this type of like. No, if I want it, I'll drink that shit.
I
I
mean,
just
so the thing for us is I don't really like wine, but when we were in college and we had that geography of alcohol class, we had a fantastic wine in that class. It was a red wine, and it's the only red wine that both Jen and I really liked. Um, but we haven't been able to find it, and we haven't been able to find anything like it. But it was good.
You might be confusing that with Ocean Spray cranberry juice.
I'm not. I'm not.
You're like, that wine was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I don't like wine, but we had this our last semester at UF. We had a geography of alcohol class,
Mm-hmm.
and our professor every Friday would bring in different alcoholic beverages from around the world, and we got to try different things. We had to have our own shot glasses, and then he would come in and fill everybody's shot glass up, and you could taste it. But that red wine was great. It was that class where I had that banana beer. It's one of the only beers that I genuinely like. It's actually made with fermented banana. It's something available in Africa, and it's actually very, very good. I don't know. I thought we were adults, but apparently,
I can't be when Chris stops and his eyes immediately dart up and look at me.
yeah.
Chris started it for me.
that's exactly what it was. Because it's not like I looked at the screen or like at the camera. I looked right at Tony's picture.
I saw it. It was a dead stare. He was looking at something and he went, oh, shit. Hey, Tim. Yeah. Yeah, but yours has like Kool-Aid and
He
stuff.
only
It's
drinks
good.
2 hoses.
It's good. Whew. Yeah, so you got the 20. You know what? We're canceled before we're ever monetized. So you got the 2012 Turtle Psycho?
Yeah, I did. I got the 4 turtles. I got Shredder. Shredder's actually significantly heavier than I expected him to be.
He works out.
But he seems really well built. All the turtles seem really well built. So
Does his I thought I saw you took the helmet off?
yeah, the helmet comes off. And he came with another head, and the second head looks exactly like the one that's already on him. So I don't know. Yeah.
Can you put him in the screen? Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's great. Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So his face being all like torn up in purple.
Yeah.
I don't remember that being a thing in the show when he took off his helmet. Was it all torn away?
I mean, it looked more like burn in the show, but it definitely did look like
burn
that.
of some sort.
Because I mean, I remember when he went Super Shredder when he wasn't supposed to be, right? He wasn't fully cooked yet, I guess.
Yeah.
And his face was messed up there. It kind of had a Game of Thrones feel, when they made what's his name into a zombie. Basically, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
No.
That'll be hard to. Let me see. 2012 TMNT.
Thrones fan, but
yeah, because it was interesting. Was when I opened up the Shredder. I figured it was one because there was the 2 heads. You had the normal head, but then you had him in there with the helmet on. So I figured it was just an extra head, so you could have a helmetless Shredder.
yeah.
But then his helmet comes off, and it
Yeah.
comes off really well. But when it goes on there, like it's not like where they have like oversized the helmet where it kind of sits weird. It looks gaudy. Like it looks completely fine.
Yeah.
So, however, they designed the helmet to actually work like that was really well done because usually when they put helmets, like removable helmets on figures, it just like kind of messes up.
That's the other head.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, so you know what it is? It's he's got a little bit of that Jason Voorhees thing going.
Yeah, the bottom of his face is more messed up.
Yeah, so that one, the one where he's scowling, like with his teeth,
Yeah.
that one makes sense. The other one in your hand looks too red. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be shadowing or not.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it looks like that because it's behind the mask.
Maybe.
I don't know. Adam, man, how'd you hear about us, or do we know you, or do we not know you?
He knows Chris and I.
Oh, okay.
He's a middle school friend from you.
Yeah,
high school or middle school.
You met Adam in middle school. I've known Adam since elementary school.
I feel like I met Adam at Broward, but okay.
Okay, I mean, well, he went to New River with us in 8th grade, and he had some classes with us. But maybe you didn't know him in 8th grade, but you definitely did know him in 9th grade.
Okay, Tony, I'm just gonna give you just because he's here, and so Adam he's hilarious. But we had a substitute teacher, this little old man. He couldn't have been a day under 92. Little old man. And Adam,
Tell him his name.
The teacher's name was Mr. Dickey.
Yeah.
And Adam, when he first came into class, Mr. Dickey came into class, Adam had this, you know what? I have Tourette's. So Adam would sit in the back of class and just yell obscenities randomly. And the teacher would yell at him, the substitute would get mad at him. Then when he explained he had Tourette's, he would then start yelling at us and telling us to stop laughing at him for yelling obscenities.
Holy shit, he might be my spirit animal. He might be my fucking spirit animal.
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious because he's like, oh, well, we're gonna mess with Mr. Dickey, and it was the first time that he met him, and like Chris said, he had this plan. He's like, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pretend I have Tourette's. So just randomly he would start shouting it, and then when the sub started yelling at him, I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was me or if it was Mark, but one of us was like, oh well, Mr. Dickey, he can't control that. He has Tourette's syndrome, and he shouts randomly. He can't even control what he's saying most of the time. And the sub was like, "Are you serious?" We were like, "Yeah, no, that's exactly how it is." And so then we all got in trouble.
We're laughing at it. Yeah.
The best part was, and I don't even know if Chris was aware of this, but Adam left the next year. Like he went to a different school the year after freshman year.
Mr. Dickey still asked about him.
Yeah. For years, I would see Mr. Dickey in other classes, and he'd be like, "Hey, how's your friend?" And we once told him, I think it was like sophomore year or junior year, we told Mr. Dickey that that Adam had to be institutionalized because his Tourette's got worse, and he couldn't be in society anymore because he was starting to have like physical tics as well that were that could be quite violent. And Mr. Dickey, like right up until I graduated, he was constantly asking about Adam and whether or not he was okay, and if he was going to have to spend the rest of his life at the institution. It's so bad, but it was as a teenager, it's hilarious, right?
No, it's still hilarious. As a 41-year-old man, it's hilarious.
That's so good, it's fattening.
As a teacher now, though, I don't recommend. Like I'm not. As a teacher, definitely not something anybody should do. Absolutely not. Don't do it. Don't try it.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. It was nothing serious.
Something just popped up so the other day I mentioned I was doing a bunch of
said that would happen in health.
Right? I was opening a bunch of shit. And I had to stop myself at opening the Godzilla turtles.
Ooh, why?
Because if they don't do the other ones, I just want to get rid of these.
I thought they put the whole line out. Isn't that what they did?
No, the Godzilla turtles, they've only got 3 turtles.
Okay.
So they're missing Donatello and then 2 others that we're assuming are possibly.
You have your box close to you?
Huh?
you have a box close to you?
Yeah, but every time I hold up something, it fucking goes crazy.
Yeah. So can you push it up the screen a little bit more? Yeah. So Donnie is right there as Jaguar. Now they're not showing anybody else, but I have to believe at the very minimum that Jaguar has been made. He's just not been released yet, and that might be the last one we get in that line.
If that's the case, then I'm good. I'll open them. But if I don't get at least a Donatello to go with the other three, I don't need them, and I'm just gonna sell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not gonna open them now until at least I get the fourth turtle.
They're still extremely hard to find in the store. They're very hit and miss.
Like I said, I just because now if Playmates doesn't release it, I feel like it's gonna be an incomplete collection that I'll never be able to complete. And then what's the point at that?
Yeah.
So it's like I
So-
wanted to open them, but I'm like, no, not until I find out if I get Donatello or not. No Donatello, I'm not opening it.
Truffy, god damn it, I'm having cat problems. Sorry.
I'm glad that
I got
that's
99 problems, but a cat ain't one.
I'm glad that that's a line that I did not get into, right? Like I was able to let the Turtles He-Man crossover go. There were some cool looking figures in that, but I was like, no, not
I'm
gonna
so
try.
glad I did it.
And
I
then-
love that line, dude.
No, like some of them look really cool. The Slash especially looks amazing.
There
But
isn't one in that line that I don't like, truthfully. I think they're all phenomenal. They're great crossovers. They did a great job with the figures. And as we all have said, of course, the Transformers ones are just atrocious. Scareglow being the best one so far with Starscream.
and then with the Godzilla ones, I was like, yeah, I don't need another thing of turtles.
Those are worth getting, Psycho, though. If you're going to get anything, I would tell you spend the $15-20 or whatever they were and get them.
Because to be completely honest, when it goes down with all these crossovers, right? If you think about Playmates, when they did the original Turtle line, and they started doing like all those weird one-off variants. So you had like the caveman turtles, the farming turtles, like you had those types of variants. These Godzilla ones really feel like they would fit in as like just one of those random variants that Playmates would have released, not necessarily Godzilla tied in.
I agree.
Just an interesting variant of a turtle that they would have eventually done. Whereas like the He-Man ones, none of that ever like gave me that nostalgic feel for those turtle variants from the 90s.
It's kind of like when they did the not even like, Wild West or like Space Turtles or any of that shit, but kind of like when they did the
That's
my
like the
God.
caveman.
Like Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Something
that
like
kind
that.
of thing. When they did that, these would have fit right in that realm. Like I could have seen these coming out right after, and they're great. There's very few that I'm like, man, these are so great. These are great. I like them a lot. I really do. Along with the He-Man ones. I'd love to have a Castle Grayskull with a Turtles look or feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd probably buy it. Well, no, not probably. I would. I'd buy it just because I like what they did. I think it's kind of cool. I actually bought that for Gianna. Is that the little ghost face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but I really like the crossover Playmates did with the first line, the Ninja Turtles and Star Trek.
So
I
those
thought
are
that was
like
cool.
nobody likes them. Nothing wrong with them,
Star
but
Trek. It's
nobody
better than
likes
Star
that
Wars.
particular line. I think. Hold on. I think I have them in my. I think I have all four of them complete in my case. I don't think I have them carded. If I do, it's not anywhere visible.
I have all four carded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not super expensive. They
No,
just
they're
nobody liked them. Not that they were bad. And it's funny, man. The more I sell, more and more of the vintage turtles, and I keep coming across things, the more I'm just like, I tell you guys this every couple casts. I'm like, I just want to start keeping them all. I keep buying all the vintage figures, and I keep just wanting to keep them.
What being a collector is.
I know it's hard because like I have these really nice pieces now that I'm reselling, but it's like, man, I'd love to just keep them. But that's not what I'm into. That's not what I'm doing. It's
Keep them. You're
Then
not
there's
into
no more
what, not
Shellhead
into
toys.
turtles? Because if you look behind you, you're definitely into turtles. I'm not sure if you're aware
I
of
get what
it.
you're saying, Tony. Like I don't sell things for a business, but I only have a limited amount of room, and the fact of the matter is, unless I win the lottery, which is very unlikely because I don't play,
That's
this is the amount of space I'm going to be dealing with. You know what I mean? Like I don't see any crazy raises in the future for teachers or anything. I think that the majority of my adult life is going to be kind of scraping by. And so I'm kind of looking at all this stuff in my room as I'm opening boxes, and I'm thinking, what am I really going to do? Right. So it's like I have up above me, you can see I got the Legacy Thunder Zord Assault Team, the Legacy Tiger Zord, the Legacy Ninja Megazord, the Legacy Falcon Zord. And I was like, I can open those things and display them. And I thought to myself, yeah, but if I leave them sealed, I can sell them and get some money on them. You know what I mean? Because they're worth big money. And it's funny because we just this past weekend we took all the Christmas stuff out of the house, and my wife was like, "Hey, I'm going to let you put your arcade where the tree was, and then every Christmas we'll just stick the arcade in the garage, and then we'll put the tree out and everything." And she wanted me to open the two arcade stools that I got with the arcade because I was able to buy two of the stools. And I
Which
was like,
arcade?
"Oh,
Sorry.
the Ninja Turtle one."
Oh,
the
sweet.
original Ninja Turtle arcade
That's what I
design
did.
arcade one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I made the mistake of looking to see what those stools were worth because I know that they were hard to get. And the box, if you have the stool sealed in the box, it's going for over $200.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like I have two of these things. I don't have to open them. I can sell them. I'll use other things. And my wife was like, "Did you buy them to sell them?" And I was like, "Well, no, I want them with the arcade." And she's like, "Yeah. So what's the problem?" And I'm like, "Well, I also like money."
so. I guess my thing when you start thinking about your collection like that, or not even your collection, but like items in your collection like that, just get rid of them, right? Sell them.
Yeah.
Because like if you're looking at it now, it's like that. Like okay, what are you gonna do? Hold off on it? Like oh, what if it's worth money, and then in a year it drops down to $50, right? The market drops on that. Then you're like, oh well, I could have made money now, but you sat this whole time not using it and hoping to make money, and then you don't make money. Now you're just wasting time at that point.
Well, I mean, it wasn't sitting there hoping to make money. It was sitting there because it was in a box that I had packed up
Well, no,
to
yeah,
move
but
up.
I'm saying, but now that you saw it's worth money, you're like, well, I don't really want to, what if I need to sell it? Like that, might as well just fucking sell the damn things.
Yeah.
I guess
mean,
I don't know. I guess I was hoping like, we're sitting here talking about like having I guess having too much turtles or what you would sell, what you would keep, whatever. I feel like if Super 7 had kept going, I'd keep buying them. I would. I like what Super 7 produces. And those for me, even though they're not the original, and I think about that sometimes because as a kid, I still get that warm feeling whenever I hold a vintage turtle card in my hand because I had them as a kid and you got them at Christmas and it was cool.
yeah.
And I got that same feeling when I would open the Super 7s because they look like my original toys I had as a kid. They weren't on the same card backs, but it was cool to see those figures. And I wish Super 7 would keep going. I'd keep buying them. But, when I go to shows and I unbox all the vintage turtles and I'm putting them out on the table, I still find myself sitting there holding the figures and staring at them and, flipping them over. And I'm looking at the backs and, I remember as a kid, you flipped it over and it's like, okay, you take one of your cards and you go, all right, let me get a pen. I got this one. I got this one. I got this one. I need this guy. I need this guy. Hey mom, Christmas, birthday, whatever's coming. I need these guys. And it's just kind of crazy. Like, I don't feel that, not degrading any of my collection, but I don't feel that way with the NECA stuff. I don't grab it off the wall and go,
So
I don't flip it over and get nostalgia from it. It looks cool. It's turtles, and that's why I like it. But it's just not a feeling that I get like when I pick up a vintage figure in my hand, not even in my hands physically like the toy, but the card. And I guess kind of to talk out of both ends of my mouth, Gianna, we went to Big Red's Vintage Toys, told you guys this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she bought a complete soft head 10-back Donnie. And I can't tell you the last time I held an original turtle in my hands, that wasn't a repro or something, because they're all in my case. So it's been at least 5 years.
Yeah.
So but she had it, and she likes Donatello, so she's playing with it and she's looking at it, and she's got like the weapons. She goes, "Where did this go? Where did this go?" I said, "Well, it's funny because I said he came with 2 bow staffs, and one goes on his back." I said, and "The other one he holds." I said, "That's how they sold the figure." Now you could have put his, scythe looking thing in there. You could have put, we used to try to shove the Chinese stars into his belt if you could make him stay. And I told her, it's like, "Can I hold it?" And she's looking at me like I'm stupid. And I'm like, "Can I hold it?" And she lets me hold it. And the wave of childhood nostalgia that blows over you, because I've got paws now. I'm not a little kid. I don't have a small hand holding this thing. So I've got paws. So I'm holding this toy in my hands, and I'm squeezing the head, and I'm moving them, and I'm positioning them just right. And I'm just like, that wave of nostalgia just takes you over. Like, man, this is what I grew up with. This is what I pined over, as a kid. And
that is really, like you said, that's what Super 7 hit, right? Because they went for that aesthetic. They went for essentially the original toys, updated articulation, right?
Yes.
If you took that original toy design, you made them now, this is what you get, right? And they definitely hit the nail on the head at first. Like they were doing great, but then they started changing, and they did like characters that were never part of the line, right? Then there's speculation as to what happened. I don't think it's ever been confirmed what actually happened as to why they kind of stopped the turtle line, but or at least for that style of the original cartoon or original toy line style, right? If they continue with that, I'd still be buying them. But yeah, no, they definitely give you that nostalgic feel to it. Whereas the NECA ones, you never held a Michelangelo in your hand from the original cartoon. You know what I mean? As a kid, you didn't have that. So you watched the show on TV, so you have that familiarity. So when you see the NECA ones, you have that familiar. You know what it is. You're like, "Oh, that's great. It's this," but you didn't watch the TV show all day, every day. But when you're home, you played with that toy all day, every day. So you had a lot more time with the toy than you had with the actual cartoon and the familiarity there. So it definitely makes sense why the Super Sevens would hit the nostalgia button like insanely well.
Yeah,
I agree, man.
I would say that because I didn't get into the Super 7 line. At first I wanted to, and I was looking at the Turtles, and then they released the Turtles, but I couldn't get them when they came out, and then they re-released them, but they didn't look the same, or there were changes, or whatever it was.
Are we talking about like marine biology now? What the hell? Okay, sorry.
No, so then I was like, there's too much. Like, this is too confusing. I'm not even going to try to do this shit. So then I just didn't get into the line. But the feeling you're describing, I had that with the 2012 figures. When those 2012 figures from Playmates first came out, for whatever reason, it felt to me like getting the original Ninja Turtle toys. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it was, but it was just something about those figures, the way that they looked, the designs, everything. There's something about it that made me feel like what you were talking about with the Super Sevens, even though they were completely different. It was just something about the way they decided to do it, I guess.
We talked about this before, and I brought it up, and and I was talking about how, the collecting world, values and things like that would probably die with our generations. Yep. And I said that because of what my son's into now, where he understands daddy buys toys and he thinks they're neat, but he's more interested in whatever's digital, right? His world is all digital. And my daughter, not to oversimplify, but everything comes in circles, right? Everything goes in waves.
Yeah.
And so my daughter is starting to regress to things that I did in the 90s. Because that's cool now. So she wants VHSs. She wants, DVDs, CDs, records. She wants non-digital nostalgia in her hands. And I'm all about it. I'll support the shit out of it. And she's very big on art. I drew like crazy when I was a kid. I was a sculptor. I drew, I painted, I did all that stuff. And I was very artsy fartsy, Play the drums. It's just that was my thing, and work on cars. That's just I love to do things with my hands, and my daughter's very much the same. And she was when she was little, there was no Damien, so I bought. She was the only kid, and I made good money at the time, so I was very much so she's my first kid, so I bought her anything and everything she wanted under the sun.
Yeah.
So this kid had every My Little Pony that hit the shelf. This kid had. It came out, she got it. When that Twilight Sparkle, we still have it somewhere. The Twilight Sparkle that talks and walks and all that shit. I thought it was cool. I'm like, holy shit, we have a walking, talking Twilight Sparkle. It was like $120. Well, that was a lot of money to spend on a kid, but I bought it, and it was one of the coolest toys or whatever. And she is now going back, and I love it because she's like, Dad, I found the original whatever figure. She goes, look, it's like $70 on eBay. And I said, well, go find one that's not and watch it and wait till it gets to the end of the cycle and maybe you can win it. And it's funny because I'm laughing because the toys that I bought her for $7 are now $70. The original Friendship is Magic toys for My Little Pony, that series, that reboot of My Little Pony is by far, with the Equestria Girls and all that crap, is by far the most popular and the most memorabilia toys, whatever you want to call it, ever produced for the My Little Pony franchise. Not the originals, those sold, but the Friendship is Magic line came back, and when that line dropped out, you had girls in their 20s cosplaying all the characters. You had kids who were all about it. That shit, and that's what started the brony phase, where guys were all about. It was a good show. I'm not being funny. I would have never watched it otherwise, but as I watched it with Gianna, I'm like, it's just a good show. The characters are hilarious. It's written funny. So I can see why it was so popular. But to that point,
Tony, are you a brony?
No, I don't think so. Few more tests. But there are some characters I like. You know what? Shut up. So she loves, she loves going back and searching, and she's kind of doing what I'm doing now with, going back and trying to find those toys and recaptures from childhood. And that's good. I'm all about that because that gives me a little bit of hope. Talking out of both sides of my mouth, but it gives me a little bit of hope that there are some kids her age. She's 15. So that gives us, call it what it is. I'm about to be 45. So, right, 30 years. So maybe that does give us another 30 years of relevant nostalgia to certain toys. Certain things like Turtles and Star Wars. Those are only going to stay relevant as long as they continue to produce things that have content for that. But things like Mask, that'll go away. Robotech will be gone. Those are they're already phasing out, but they're already hard to get, and there are very few people that want to buy them. But Master of the Universe, that'll go away. Those kind of lines. But I think it gives me a little bit of hope to hear her wanting to purchase and recapture some of those items for her youth.
But you got to remember, there was one thing we did discuss, because the whole thing that, collecting's going to die with us, right? Type of thing. And that was kind of where my argument was that there's still going to be people who go after it, right? It's still going to be a thing. Because when you look at how many people are our age who don't give a shit about any of this, we are a very small percentage that actually collect, that actually really give a crap, right?
We're very small placenta.
Right. Whoa. Okay. But so in the future, you'll still most likely have that same small percentage that will, that will care and still be into the stuff. It's just not going to be, it'll never be like a huge mania where everybody's doing it type of thing, because it's never been that. Just right now, because of the internet, it makes it seem like there's more of us, because now we all can get together easier and find each other on the internet. So we're connecting with people around the world who are into the same thing, but still it's a very small percentage in reality.
And I will say a couple of things. To Chris's point, it's also just a timetable, right? So, like, the three of us, Tony, are slightly older than we are, but we were the ones that this stuff was created for, right? Like, this boom with Saturday cartoons or after school cartoons and having these giant toy lines, like, it didn't exist before us. And it doesn't really exist now. And I think that plays a pretty large part in the dynamic between collecting and not collecting, right?
I agree.
And then, to respond to what Tony said, I don't know how old your son is. I mean, my daughter's 7; she'll be 8 in a couple of weeks.
He's going to be
But
12 this year in May.
But like, she loves the collectible stuff in my room. All she wants to do sometimes is come in here and play with the toys and look at them, and so it's kind
I think
of
she just wants to be with her dad.
well. I mean, I think that's part of it, but it's also she'll ask to just go into the room even when I'm not in here, and she
Yeah, but
wants to look at the toys and see what they're doing, and then see what she can put together and all that other stuff. So
Right, but I think part of that is because like what Tony was saying previously. I don't think he said it this time, but on previous episodes that it's that his son is like it's a thing he has with his father, right?
yeah,
It's that memory. So she might not give a crap about it, but in reality, she's like, oh, this is my dad likes. She wants to be with her dad. She wants to enjoy the things you're doing, and she knows you like it. So she's trying to. You're not forcing interest on her, but
yeah.
as a child, she's like, oh, this is what my dad does. This is what I want to do because I want to be like my dad.
Yeah,
It's very innocently sweet.
Yeah,
Honestly,
very.
it's
So just
adorable, dude. Because it's one of those things where it's like, we don't get a whole lot of time. This is gonna sound really sappy and stupid, but we don't get a lot of time with our kids.
we don't.
Before we know it, they're older and they don't give a shit about what we're doing. And it's I when I talk to my mom, and I love my mom to death. She's the fucking nicest person ever. But her and I both talk shit about you. So no, I'm just kidding. But I love my mom to death. And she we have never seen eye to eye 100%, right? Like on a lot of things. And that's just it is what it is. I'm very opinionated. I don't agree with things, and so of course, I would fight her. And my mother's the Puerto Rican side, so she's very strong-willed lady, very prideful and all that good stuff. And so, but at the same time, when I was little, my mom wasn't really the one. My mom was, don't get me wrong, my mom was there. I'm not trying to say anything like that. My mother was not the affectionate one. My mother was, do your schoolwork, but she came from a different life. She came from a very hard life, and God bless her. That lady is the person she is today because, I mean, I don't know how she's not a serial killer. She had a hard life, but she came from hard times. And my dad was very like, they were very family and not to say her side wasn't family. It was just hard family. That was the Puerto Rican, the Sicilian, like it was hardcore, hard family, man. Like, people were involved in shit. And my dad's side, his real father is 100% Sicilian, speaks like no English. Well, he's dead now, but spoke no English, fresh off the boat, that kind of stuff. And they ended up being, which was very typical, they ended up being farmers, right, in the Carolinas because nobody lived there. They could go there, immigration, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that whole side of the family, they're Italian, whether they believe it or they're Sicilian, whether they believe it or not. But that's whatever. That's that side. So, but my dad was the one who always bought us the toys. Like we would go, every Saturday or Friday, we'd go get a toy, whether it be a G.I. Joe, whether it be a Transformer mask, whatever. But as we got older and I spent more time with my mom, that's when Turtles came out. Yeah. And so my mom was taking us to buy Turtles and to, be involved in that whole era or whatever. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, like, my parents both nurtured it, but my dad nurtured a more practical side of this is worth your time. Like toys are toys, Are you always going to play with toys? Like he's the one that got me into RC cars and real cars and go-karts and shit. And my mother was just like, toys, just play with toys. I don't know. I was going somewhere with all that. I trailed off real fucking bad, but needless to say, I guess we're talking about kids.
I think I get what you were talking about, though, right? Like the time is short, and eventually the kids just kind of they want to do their own thing, and it's not fun or entertaining to be with the parents.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, that's what I was going for.
One of the things that my dad did, because I mean, my dad had a rough life growing up, and things weren't always great with me either growing up. But one thing that my dad definitely did was, when it was time to put the toys away, my dad didn't do what most parents did, where get the stuff, give it to Goodwill, throw it away, whatever it is. He's like, put it in the box, put it in the attic, put it in the box, put it in the attic. So all the shit I had, I didn't get rid of it, right? So like when it was time to move out after college, when Jen and I bought our house in South Florida, my dad's like, hey, get your crap. So I'm like getting all these bins of toys that I've been storing for years up in the attic, and kind of now I have that stuff that I need to go through, right? But it's at least I have it, where a lot of people don't.
I remember my dad when I was probably got to be at least 12, 13, maybe something like that. And GI Joe, we'd had so many GI Joe. Like I think that's one of the only things that survived with us was some Transformers, but a big old box of GI Joes and big vehicles, you know.
Yeah.
And when we moved to Florida, I remember my dad saying that he was working with some guy, and he told me, oh, this guy's, you know, he doesn't have any money and he's got very small boys and they don't have any toys and they don't have anything, this, that, whatever. And he goes, would you give your toys to them? So of course I'm 13 years old, right? And all I could think is, yeah, of course, why wouldn't I give these kids, you know, I've always been that way. I don't know what it is about me. Even now, I mean, look, man, if I can do it, I'll give you money out of my pocket. I mean, I don't like to see people not make
Okay,
it.
let me hold some ends.
I'm just saying. Anybody who knows me, I'm an asshole. I really am, and I joke a lot, and I'm real stupid. But at the end of the day, I am very caring. I do care about people. I do care what's going on in their lives.
Most usually give the most, right?
Well,
like that's really what it is.
I'll give what I can give, you know. But at the same time, I don't give. Fuck you. You're sick. I don't care. But we gave this box of toys to these kids. You know, I remember that. We just fucking here, big box of everything, give it to them. And it was, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, Brewdub. These guys, let me tell you what, you want something cool to watch? If you guys are listening out there, go to YouTube, search up Brewdub, and watch the adventures of two very close friends of mine as they travel the fucking United States in their Volkswagen bus. And it is the coolest thing to watch. They go everywhere. They camp everywhere. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. The bus breaks down. They fix the bus. They get up and just keep driving. And now they've got a pup that hopefully they bring around with them. They should take her out. Her name is Nan, like the bread, apparently. And she's a very, very sweet girl.
Wouldn't it be not?
But very cool videos, man. I mean, they did adopt her. So they were fostering. And I think I have poked enough to say just keep her, because
what I was saying is, wouldn't it be non? If it's like the bread, it's non bread, not Nan bread.
Why are you fucking with me?
I'm not. I'm telling you how it actually is, so you don't sound like a fool.
I look like I care?
It's non bread, not Nan bread.
Do you see this? Do you see? I look like a fishing lure. Do you think I care about my pronunciations?
I mean, I think you do. Yes,
a little bit, sometimes, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Anyway, so what about my Barbies? Well, I stripped them all naked and put them in weird positions. And then I started doing that weird thing where it's like I try to take a skin off, but I can't. I don't know. It's a thing.
That's weird.
Anyway, so changing gears. Let's go ahead and backtrack and change gears for a second.
So, do your Barbies?
So what do you think is going on with the rest of the year with Playmates? We kind of knocked on this a little bit last week. We saw the G.I. Joe line. Do we think that we're going to start seeing things more rapidly, or do we think we're done and what we've seen is what we've seen and we're not going to see anything until they decide to release it? Or do you think they're going to like what I guess what I'm saying is, do you think they're just going to like vomit out the mother load of here's what's coming 2026 Playmates?
I don't. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No. So the only thing that worries me about what they could be doing for this year is the fact that apparently they're not even going to be at Toy Fair.
Oh.
So, well, at least Playmates is going to be there, but what they have listed is Power Rangers and a couple other toy lines, but they don't have Ninja Turtles listed at Toy Fair. So that kind of makes me wonder what they're actually how they're going to do it. If they're not going to be at Toy Fair to show off everything that's going to be dropping this year, are they really planning on dropping much, if anything?
Yeah, I was going to say something similar. I didn't know about Toy Fair, but I was going to say, I think what'll happen is we'll just start getting turtle drops for the things that have already been made that they were working on packaging and getting ready to put out. And then that's going to be it. I don't expect a lot of fanfare. I don't think we're going to get this fantastic thing that's going to kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of revolutionize what they had been doing. I think they're going to be like, hey, this is kind of where we are, and here's what it is. Thanks. Right? Like,
because I can't imagine. So like McFarlane has run into like a similar situation, right, with DC. So he supposedly McFarlane Toys lost. I think in 2027 they've lost the rights to make DC figures, but he's been dropping wave after wave after wave now of DC figures, and they're getting some like apparently some really deep cuts, some very highly fan requested figures, and they're like going out with a bang. I can only hope that Playmates would do something similar and just release as much as they can, but that would also make you wonder how much can they release with such little time of, oh, you don't have it anymore, oh, now we need to produce all this and ship it, when anybody knows that your average thing takes about 6 to 7 months for it to go through production and get over here. So like, how much do they already have like in the pipeline in a warehouse that they just haven't released yet versus what's on the boats coming over versus what's still being made? Like, that's a variable that I don't have any idea to even try and
answer. So the Playmates, or not Playmates, maybe it is Playmates. I'm sorry, I can't remember if we already discussed that. So the reproduced Megazord, right? The crappy one nobody wants.
That's Hasbro, and then Playmates, yeah.
So Playmates is doing the figures, or Hasbro outsourced to Playmates to produce.
Hasbro signed over to Playmates for them to create their own Power Ranger stuff, so that Hasbro could stop making the Lightning collection for whatever.
Okay, because Hasbro owns Power Rangers as an entity,
right? Yeah. So we know the flip figures are shit because we watched the reviews, or I've watched reviews with Pixel Dan. The morph figures, whatever you want to call them, which I think are the only ones that are out. And then maybe not now, and then you have the Megazord that you buy individual pieces put together, which trash, because I would have bought one. But everything I saw said it was absolute trash. The way it goes together, the way it articulates, the way it stays together, it's just garbage. The poor thing is just straight trash. So I didn't buy one.
Then they released another one.
Right. There's supposed to be a gift set that apparently they fixed the issues with, which I've yet to see in the store.
I saw it at Target, and they had 3 of them when I saw them a couple weeks ago. And I was like, man, this is really cool. And then when I went back a couple days later, they were all gone, and they still don't have any.
See, I would have bought one. So I would have, if you would have called me, I would have said, grab me one. I would have sent you the cash right there.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about it because I remembered the conversation we had about it not being good. But then I was like, well, and I didn't pick one up because I'm not getting a whole lot of stuff right now. But yeah, I haven't seen them.
All the reports I've seen on that, the box set one, it's actually, people say it's really good. It's a really good offering.
So I know, I get like, so the point, I mean, I know, listen, I'm an inbox guy, so why does it matter, Tony? Well, it matters a little bit. I want to know that I'm buying something's worth a damn. I don't want to buy something and then find out in a review it's a piece of shit. And it's like, great, you have it in the box, so who cares? But so I didn't care about the individuals, I didn't bother with it. And I don't have anything else Power Rangers except for a small collection of stuff on the wall. So no big deal. And if I find the gift set, I will buy it. I won't hesitate. But with that being said, do we think Power Rangers is done too? Because if Playmates was making Power Rangers for Hasbro, I know that not making Turtles, I'm not trying to like group too much, but the quality, again, of the Power Rangers toys was shit. So is Playmates going to, if they fixed it in the box set, are we going to get a Dragon Zord? Is it going to be trash? Is it going to scale with that Megazord, because that's the largest Megazord we've had to date, right? Significantly larger than the old one.
Yep.
So are we going to get a Dragon Zord that's big and bulky and hefty like that? Are we going to get a Titanus? Because that Titanus would have to be 3 times the size of the original Titanus for those guys to fit in it.
Not necessarily 3 times. I think you're conflating a couple of things. Like, so first of all, for a collector, yeah, probably the toys are not what we want them to be. But those toys being made by Playmates are not for the collectors. And the kids are buying them like crazy. When I was at Target yesterday, there were tons of boys in that aisle getting Power Ranger toys, the flip heads, and actually buying them. I watched kids like check out with those figures. And from everything that I've read online, people like kids are buying them and kids love them. Like I was telling you when you brought this up a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, you might not like the flip head, but in actuality, I messed with one of the flip heads. I think functionally it works better than the original ones. The original ones were hair triggers, right? Like you accidentally touch it or it fell a little bit and it would flip. But these don't do that, right? Like you push it down, it has to be purposeful that you're doing it. And the kids really like them. As far as the Zord, I think because we got the package Zord where they absolutely fixed the things that people complained about, we're going to get a Dragon Zord and a Titanus. But I also think we should be expecting the Thunder Zord sets as well, because
really,
they've already announced that they're making a White Ranger, right? Like if they're making a White Ranger, we know that stuff is coming.
Well, all of them except for Zach were White Rangers.
Do we not know colors?
What happened? Did something happen? What just happened? Did I lose the crowd? It got really quiet out there.
What about the Yellow Ranger?
Well, that was just, that was a thing.
No, but you got to remember also, Power Rangers.
We got to acknowledge some people real quick because everybody's like losing their minds. Nicole, how you doing? Where are we at? Where's Gus? Thank you for coming on. Tim, Adam, and of course, Norfolk Jr. How are you?
But
I gotta get some ice, guys. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. Weird conversation. So
no, I need ice. Sorry, not like the people. I need ice.
You need all that, Dick. But like, I think Tony's off base when it comes to them ending it.
Yeah.
Because like simply like I said, when it came down to Toy Fair, that's in a couple weeks. Playmates has listed Power Rangers will be there, right? So they're going to be showing Power Ranger stuff, but it's not for us, so fuck them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't know that we will get another collector's line of Power Ranger stuff, right? I mean, not that I need anymore, but when the Lightning collection didn't work out, or at least that's what Hasbro says, that it didn't work out, I think that kind of put an end to this idea that we're going to get collector's versions of Power Rangers. I mean, I don't completely understand it because I think, people were buying figures and some of the figures were shelf warmers. But again, that's the same complaint we've had with Hasbro for a long time. They don't know their audience. They think that they can just make whatever figure they want, put it out, and people are going to buy it, and that's not how it goes. To be honest, I think that models are going to have to shift, and we've talked about this on the cast before as well. I think it's going to have to be, hey, if this show is not on or this is not a current property, you're going to order the things online, and we're going to send them to you when they're done, right? Like we're not going to make a ton and stick them on the shelf.
But like, a weird thing when it comes to like the Power Ranger side of it is that they're making Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes.
So for those, you would think that they would be doing like a newer version of a show, like doing a Power Ranger version from 30 years ago, thinking that they're going to be hot sellers because apparently they're buying at your store, which great, kudos. The local Targets I go to and the Walmarts I go to, their things are warm in shelves. It's just peg warm after peg warm of Power Rangers
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like, to me, to make kids toys, which is what the company's for, to be making them out of a property that's 30 years old, or a version of that property from 30 years ago. Like, there's nothing there for the kids to bite onto, aside from, oh, these are the ones my parents had, and the parents buy them for their kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird that they've selected that. I figured with Playmates taking over, that they would just be doing like some new version of Power Rangers that's coming out. You know what
Well,
I mean?
there aren't. The problem with that is there aren't any new versions of Power Rangers. The show actually ended like 2 years ago, so there's no new iterations.
Right. No, but they could have been doing ones from two. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like a newer version that kids that are buying them right now would have been familiar with. Versus,
And I definitely agree with you,
30
but
years ago.
the problem was the reason they canceled the show is kids weren't watching it anymore.
That's understandable.
So
It's
it's like, and that's why Hasbro like told these YouTubers like Ninja Kids or whatever that they could do their own show. And then right as they got ready to film it, like they hired parts, they did all this stuff, they made the costumes, like everything was good to go. Right, like the day or two before it was supposed to start filming, Hasbro's like, guess what? Not making this anymore. And apparently Disney is going to make a Power Rangers show, and they're rebooting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay, so
It's going to start from there. It's going to be Mighty Morphin, and it's going to start from there.
why? Not to like, I don't want to change gears on that too much, but I want to go back to the toy thing. So, why is it you think we didn't just get like we got with Turtles, and got a real, honest to goodness, 1-to-1 reiteration of Power Ranger toys? Because we got 1-to-1 Turtle, right?
They can't do that because Bandai owns the designs of the original toys.
Okay.
You're talking about the 8-inch. You're talking about the 8-inch figures, the original Megazord. So that was when Bandai was making those toys.
Bandai.
They own the design. They own the design for
Good job, Tony.
those figures. So it's I don't think legally, I don't think that Playmates could.
So
they
I guess
they could probably worked with them and made a deal and and split it off, but that would
It's the
be
same
the
reason
easy
that-
way to not do it.
I mean, but again, it's the same reason that when Hasbro bought the Power Rangers license, Bandai they were in the process of re-releasing a lot of their old figures. They had been re-releasing the old things, and then when Hasbro got the license, all that stopped. It was immediately like, okay, well now we're cutting it here with this line. We're not going to be able to reproduce anything. We're not going to be able to do anything. So I think everything is kind of tied up in that, so to speak. I don't know. I mean, I love the first 3 seasons of Power Rangers, but I'm not buying any new Power Ranger stuff. I was buying the Lightning collection, and then it just kind of lost my interest. And then they put out the Zords, and of course, people bitched about the Zords. Even though personally, I like the Zords. I like the small changes they made. I thought it gave them
which ones? I'm sorry, the Lightning ones.
Yeah, the Zap Megazord and the Dragon Zord. They changed a couple things, and people like lost their minds for whatever reason.
That's what people on the internet do. They lose their minds over nothing.
Yeah, and I, like I said, I thought it was cool. Like, I liked the mesh design in the chest piece for the pterodactyl. I thought it looked cool. It looked more realistic, in my opinion. But people knocked it, and Hasbro was like, fine, we just won't make the figures anymore. So we got a Megazord, a Dragon Zord, no Titanus. We got a White Ranger. We got the 3 new Rangers, but no Thunderzord things. And at first, Hasbro was like, "Oh, well, we'll just we'll return to it later. It's just on hiatus." And then they're like, "Yeah, no, we're never returning to it."
I feel like they with the
like
the
that.
Zords, man. I don't know if anybody else remembers, but I remember it being a special, and I think it was. I don't know.
You are special, Tony. Always remember
Thank you.
that.
So way back when, it was like 96, 95, whatever the hell it was. The Rangers come out. We get the Green Ranger battle, and that's the whole thing with Tommy. And then Tommy becomes a good guy.
That was 93.
Yep. And then Lord Zed comes along.
That was 94.
And that was a special. I think it was like a two or three part special because they killed off the original Megazord and they got the Thunder Zord. And I remember as a kid watching that special and losing my fucking mind because
that was the primetime special. They did the 2-part episode in primetime, so it wasn't a morning thing.
Yep.
It wasn't an afternoon thing. It was a primetime 2-part episode of Power Rangers. And Lord Zed's like, yep, you thought you were badass? Watch this. Everything is destroyed.
Yep. He takes it all out, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, what are we going to do? And then they get the Thunder Megazord. Now, I can't remember. Is that the same one where they take Serpentera and he destroys the Thor, the Carrier Zord? Where they introduce Serpentera, or no?
No, so Tor the Carrier Zord was destroyed later.
Because it's very similar. They do another major special with Lord Zed where he introduces Serpentera, and Serpentera fucking takes everybody out, and they're like, let's get Thor, the Carrier Zord, and he comes in, or Thor. So I thought it was Thor with an H.
No.
So he comes in, and they show it where Serpentera is just like crushes him. But I can't remember if that was to introduce like another generation or.
Yeah,
I don't remember any of that.
Wasn't that to? I'm trying to remember. I think that was to begin to introduce the Ninja Rangers in the TV show, because remember, we got the Ninja Rangers in the movie, but the movie wasn't canon to the show.
Right.
Well, then they had to introduce those things to the show. And
did we ever get the ninjas in the show?
We did. Yeah, we did.
I don't remember that.
And I think that's when Serpentera destroyed everything.
I got to go back and look now, because I remember like Aisha and Rocky and fucking, what was the Red Ranger? What was his name?
Rocky.
No. Oh, Aisha, Rocky. So who was the Adam? That's what it was. I'm sorry. So you had Aisha, Rocky, Adam. Then you had Kate, right? The Pink Ranger.
Yeah.
White Dragon. What the fuck is he talking about?
The White Dragon Zord?
What are you talking? What White Dragon? What are you new? What White Dragon Zord?
I mean, maybe the Tiger Zord is what he meant.
White Dragon. That's kind of racist.
Wasn't that what Tommy went on to be like in the fan spinoff one? Wasn't he like a?
We had a Red Dragon. We had a White Tiger Zord. We had Tommy's been freaking everything. Tommy's been the Gold Ranger.
No.
Tommy's been the White Ranger. Tommy's been the Green Ranger. Tommy's been the Red Ranger.
No, Tommy's
no,
never
but they did that where he did like that solo thing, like it was an independent fan.
Yeah,
thing
that was the White Dragon. Yes, Legend of the White Dragon.
Oh, maybe that's what he's talking about. Hold on. So who was the Gold Ranger? Jason?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And the big controversy with that was supposed to be that it was gonna be Jason David Frank's brother, who was supposed to be the Gold Ranger, and they were teasing that this Native American in the show, which was actually played in real life by JDF's brother, was going to be Tommy's long lost brother, and he was going to be the Gold Ranger. But then it didn't work out. I forget what it was that happened, but something happened, and they decided not to give it to him, and instead they brought back Jason and made him the Gold Ranger.
So the Gold Ranger was an awesome character. His Zord Pyramidus was lame.
Yeah.
Like his whole thing was really cool. Like his costume, everything was really cool. Gold Ranger was badass. And it was like, wow, your Zord sucks. Congratulations. Your Zord is a shape.
Well, because
Zord.
Well, no, because remember at the time, the Gold Ranger was a Zeo Ranger. And all the Zeo Rangers were shaped.
Wow.
So,
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's talking about my Hobbit days, I hope.
Holy crap!
And so, Tony, that's exactly what happened. The Tor Zord wasn't destroyed, but it was defeated, right, by Serpentera
Literally defeated.
in the switch from Thunder Zord to Ninja Zords.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch, man, because as bad as the show was, because it was terrible, I only ever watched it for the Zord battles. So I will absolutely have to go back and watch the season finales, I guess you could say, for the Zords to be able to see like what happens and what transitions. But yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed Power Rangers and I enjoyed the toys when I was a kid. And I have all of the original 8-inch Power Ranger figures, and I have the Lightning Collection figures as well. But I don't know. Like I'm saying, I don't know that I would ever rebuy them, especially because I bought the 3-0 6 scale figures, and I have all 6 original Rangers. I have the White Ranger, and then I have the Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield as well. And that's it. Like, I don't need anything else. I wasn't really into the Zeo Rangers. I did like the Gold Ranger, and I considered buying him in the 1/6 scale. But I was like, if I don't have any other Zeo Rangers, that doesn't make sense. So I'm not going to do it.
So my favorite Zords start like from the top going down, right? So I love the Super Train Megazord. I used to have that. I think it was badass, over 2 feet tall, badass, big, like, I hate the box that went inside him. I just thought he was cool. I love the Zeo Megazord. I thought that one was really cool. The Ninja Megazord was really cool. The Shogun Megazord was cool. Yep. And then the I don't know what the hell it's called, but it was like the Egyptian looking one. Thunder was cool, but you remember the Egyptian one?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of Power Rangers. I stopped when Zeo started because I'm like, okay, this is stupid. They just keep resetting things, and it's
97?
Huh?
97?
Somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around 97. So we had the Alien Rangers because all the Rangers got turned into children. So
the dinosaur bullshit.
Earth. And then the kids had to find these new Zeo crystals, and then it turned them back into adults, and then they had new powers. But see, you said Pyramidus was shit because it was just a shape, and that's how I felt about all the Zeo Rangers. Like, ooh, look, Zeo Triangle and Zeo Circle, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I think the Zord was cool. I think the toy in the Zord was cool, but that was it.
Not a fan. I was not.
I mean, like actual toys produced, I like that kind of stuff.
The only one I ever liked, like I said, was the Gold Ranger. I thought about buying him when he was 8-inch figure, and I saw him like, this would be cool, and I didn't get him. And then I thought about the 1/6 scale, and I'm like, I don't have any other Zeos. What does it make sense? What I want, and I'll never get, is that Fan Home Megazord. The one that lights up. It's kits. You build it, but it like forms, and you can have all the little pieces. But when it's done, it's over 2 foot tall. When the Megazord is actually put together, but I'm not spending $1,000 to buy a 2 foot tall Megazord. It's not happening. What?
That's only $1,000. Not being funny.
Yeah, if you buy all of it, I mean, I don't know if it's still cheap, but before Christmas, I was looking at it because I got emails that there's a giant sale. And it ended up being, if you bought it all, like at one time, you bought all of it, it was $1,000. It would buy all the kits at once, and then you just put them all together. But yeah, it was $999.99.
So as crazy as that sounds, if you bought that and you had that at a show, somebody would easily pay $1,500 for that.
You think so?
Yes.
Like not put together?
Yes.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't buy it to try to sell it. I want it myself. A 2 foot tall Megazord would be amazing. But
I'm glad you said something actually. So as we're talking, did I tell you guys in the last cast that I got rid of the Terrordrome?
Yes.
I did.
Well,
Right?
I know
No.
you did. Maybe you didn't put it in the cast, but yeah.
Did I tell you, Psycho? I already told you.
I think you did say it. Yeah.
We're talking about 2 feet. I got this badass Menasor. Really badass Menasor. All of the pieces, rubber tires, the cars are like this freaking big. They're huge.
Yeah.
The freaking it's DX9 or whatever Menasor. That's who makes it.
Tony
And
makes weird purchases.
well, no. I traded the Terradrome for a bunch of Transformers. And I was happy to see it go. The guy who got it owns Flying Monkey Emporium
Okay.
down in like Clearwater, whatever it is, Palm Harbor. And he has it set up in his back room. He's gonna like realistically paint the whole thing, screw it all together, and then he's gonna sell it. And I'm like, that's on you. That thing's a bitch to move. But he's gonna do all that, and so he gave me all these Transformers in trade, which is really cool. But that Menasor is probably got to be the coolest thing I've got. Next to, I got Fan Toys Megatron from Transformers Energon. He's green. He's a tank, and like he's got his head up above his head. There's 2 tank treads sticking straight up. He's holding a big Gatling gun cannon.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but Ice Spark is the one to ask about that.
Oh, this thing is so badass. I'm like, holy shit, who the hell made this? Let me see if I can find it.
Tony, he misses opportunities. Like he sold a big ass life-size Deadpool.
Okay.
And then I can't say exactly what the price was he sold it for, but he sold it. And then like that very same day, I saw on Facebook Marketplace somebody was selling a life-size alien from Independence Day, like the exosuit.
Nice.
It was like $200 more than what Tony sold the Deadpool for. So I'm like, you should probably just buy it. It's a sign, and he didn't buy it. Like he should have totally bought the giant fucking Independence Day alien.
Tony
But
should
no.
have bought the life size
Raptor
800 skeleton. That's what Tony should have bought.
He
There's-
doesn't do the
see
T800
it, Psycho?
skeleton.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had seen it, but I couldn't tell you where it was from. Like it sounded familiar. He's got that beetle-looking head. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool though, and very well made, very like heavy toy, and apparently he's going for like over $200. So I'm not gonna sell him for that because he doesn't have his mini con.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna like maybe get like 80, $100 out of him at the most. But really cool toy. The giant fucking Menasor, bunch of small Transformers that are $5, $10 guys, and then a Ratchet and a Ironhide that are third party masterpiece style. Very, very cool. The Menasor, it's so hard. I'm like, yeah, I'll sell it. In my head, I'm like, it's so cool though. Like I kind of want to keep it. He's 2 feet tall. He weighs a ton.
Just
Yeah.
Like he makes me feel like if I spent the money, I got my money's worth. You know what I mean?
Well, you did spend the money.
No, but you know what I mean. Like you buy something, you're like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. But this dude's heavy. He's got some freaking weight to him. So like, if this toy, when you buy it, it's about $600, and
So keep it.
if I spent $600 and that toy came in and I was an opener, I'd feel like I got my money.
Tony, keep it.
I'm not keeping it and selling it.
Keep it. Open it.
$4,000. It is open.
Even better.
He's got a sword. He's got a gun. He's got everything. Giant wiener. Weird.
Wow.
Psycho, you got to stop shaking your head at shit I say.
You got to stop saying dumb things.
I can't do that. It's too much fun. All right. So
People come back for.
what are we at? We got 9:30, and I still got a half a bottle. So what are we doing?
Jesus Christ.
What happened? What do you mean, Jesus Christ? Well, not quite half. This was new when I started.
Do I have anything in here? Because I'm getting thirsty. Hold on. God damn it.
It's one of those things where you turn it upside down and then like goes to the side. And I don't know. I got nothing.
I'm out of alcohol. This sucks.
Want to acknowledge everybody in the chat again. Nicole, thank you so much for coming out, girl. We haven't seen you in a minute. Gus, how are you, dude? Tim, how are you?
Poor Tim.
No, it's good to see everybody out here, man. It's cool. We haven't seen anybody in a while, so
I feel like Tim is like one of our like most consistent viewers, and you shit on that poor man.
I would give him a freaking webcam to get on, but I don't want him to like pawn it.
Wow. Okay. So, I don't know what to say to that. I don't. I found liquor. So where are we going on with? Let's go.
I don't know. What else we got? I will tell you that and we've said it before, it's Transformers related. The Legacy Bruticus looks like hot fucking garbage. And I keep seeing people talk shit about it. So that should be an absolute flop. And it makes me wonder if Hasbro is going to continue those toys, or are they going to say, no, let's stop, because the last two they produce are not selling very well. What do you think, Psycho?
We're a little heavy.
Um,
We have to have fun.
Superion and Bruticus, neither one are selling very well.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not, because Hasbro, like every other toy company, is playing stupid games, right? So they're like, okay, well, everything is going up, so we're going to raise our prices. But while we're raising our prices, we're going to reduce the quality, and we're going to reduce the extras that we give with it, and we're going to hope that people aren't noticing. And that's the issue, right? So it's like they're not actually providing anything that the fans want. And that's what worries me about Beast Wars stuff, because I want that stuff to come out. And I want to say that I'm going to buy whatever they put out for the 30th anniversary. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know that I will, right? Like, they need to give me a reason to buy it. And what I feel is that they haven't really been giving me a reason to do anything, right?
So,
like,
to your point, Psycho, I'm sorry, Chris, go ahead.
No, I just had a question, right? Because obviously I don't buy Transformers. I can't say vicariously because I don't give a shit. But
I thought it was bi-curiously.
no, that's my brother. So it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like where Hasbro makes like Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, where like they're really collector focused lines. I never get the feeling that Hasbro actually really makes collector focused lines for Transformers.
They absolutely do.
They do? Okay, because like
Yeah, it's
everything I
called
see
Missing
just-
Link.
everything like always seems like very kid oriented, because they don't actually do anything for the collector. It's a lot of repeats, a lot of like the big names, the Bumblebees, the shit like that. Like, whereas the collectors seem to always be going more towards the third party stuff, the masterpiece stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they don't have like a constant collector baseline, whereas they have a Marvel Legends or Star Wars Black Series.
yeah.
Or it's just
So
like a running line.
I would say the Missing Link line is going to be their collector side. And Psycho, you can chime in whenever you want, but the Missing Link is like the more expensive, you own this as a kid, and this is what you had as a kid, and we're going to send it to you in the original box, but it's going to have the articulation of what's out now.
But is that retail?
Retail is insane on those things, in my
No,
opinion.
is that in like retail stores? Is that retail?
No, not in store. It's only on the app.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's I'm talking about like in store. Like when you go in store down the Transformer aisle, nothing Transformers to me screams like, "Oh my god, this is a
No, that's all kids shit.
Yeah,
in
and
my opinion.
well, I think that the difference is like the price of things, right? So it's kind of like the larger figures, the more complicated figures that you find on the shelves, those are the ones that are supposed to be geared towards the adults, right? And not the kids. But again, the issue is, and every company does it. Like restaurants do it, department stores do it, like everybody's doing it. But it's this idea, well, okay, well, the customers know that everything is more expensive right now, so we're going to raise our prices. And we're going to tell them that's how we're offset. It's like, hey, you want these great things, the price has got to go up. But at the same time, when they're raising the prices, they're also reducing the quality. It's like, if you're going to raise the price, don't reduce the quality. If you're going to reduce the quality, don't raise the price, right? Like, I don't mind spending on a good figure, if it's got to go up $5, $10, and the figure is good, I get that, right? Like, I'm not a moron. I understand the economy is bad right now. But when you raise those prices and then you tell me, in addition to that, we're going to make it feel like it's inferior and cheap, it's like, well, then why? I don't understand what's going on here. And that's what's been going on with Transformers. And in my opinion, is why people are not buying them, right? And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago when Quick Strike came in. He felt sturdy. He felt like, in my opinion, the way he's supposed to feel when you compare it to some of the other ones over the last couple of years that have been real flimsy and don't seem to have a good, strong base to actually stand and pose and do all these things. And it's like, I'm not going to spend money on something, even if I like it, if it's shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do that.
So, like, they just sold, or not just sold, but I just went the other day to Target. And, you know, of course, I'm not buying any of them, but I always look at the Transformers aisle, right? And unless I see a deal, like if I could have got, and I should have bought, that's my own fault. When they had Sideswipe and they had Wheeljack and they were like $12 a piece, I should have bought them both. I don't know why the hell I didn't do it. That's my stupidity, because now I can't find them. And if you can, they're back to $25.
No.
I'm not going to touch them for $25. $12, I would have bought them both. So then I saw, what is this? I want to say his name is Tigerhawk. He's white. He's got the bear head, but he's a flying.
Yes, it's Tigerhawk. Are you talking about the repaint Razor Claw?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I saw that yesterday, and that was the first Transformer I've seen in store in a long time that I was tempted to get.
So
the black with the silver and the purple, I'm like, man, this looks nice.
So I saw it, and I'm like, I'm not going to keep it, right? That's not me.
Yeah.
I don't care enough. But in my head, I'm like, man, that's a badass looking Transformer. I bet he's going to sell out something I should, and I don't normally buy it from the shelf. Yeah. Something I should buy and keep it to put it on my table.
Yeah.
He's going to be $80, $100. He's going to be one of those ones that you can't get. I didn't touch him. And then next to him was another one.
You're just a flipper. It's a different thing.
What's up?
Because you're not a scalper. You're a flipper. That's different.
Right. I'm not trying to like buy it to scalp somebody out. I would rather somebody get what they want. I wish I could remember what the hell was next to it, but I know they're two of the ones that they had just released. And I know that Razor Claw was definitely one of them. Razor Claw is the name of Predaking. He's a piece of Predaking. So this is a retooling, recolor, print. We had the white one. I had Tiger Claw.
Yeah. So this is Tigerhawk. Right?
Yeah, I sold him. Chris remembers we had the 2 giant bins of Transformers that were loose in baggies, and he was in there. I sold him for $30 loose.
Yeah. And I mean, they did a good job with that figure. I got the original Tigerhawk up there as well that came out in '97. But
so the original one from Beast Wars, wasn't it Tigertron with wings? Or am I wrong?
No. So in Beast Wars, if you remember, at the end of season 1, the Vok essentially kidnapped Tigatron and Air Razor, and they're gone. Like the Vok just take them, and nobody knows what happens to them, and they disappear. And then the last couple of episodes of Beast Wars, I think the last 4 episodes, the Vok send an emissary back and say, "Hey, we're going to destroy everything. You know, this was a place that we were doing experiments, and you guys, we tried to purge you. It didn't work, and all these things were happening, and now we're going to wipe you out." It was an emissary. And Megatron tries to take control of the emissary, and what he ends up doing is breaking the Vok control. But then, like, Tigatron's personality is able to come back out, and he starts to remember things. But it's a fusion of Tigatron and Air Razor. Essentially, they just kind of like melded those two together, and that's why he's got the Falcon wings or the Hawk wings.
That makes sense, because we had a lot of characters that came out for the toys that never made it to the show.
Yeah.
We had the Polar Bear one too.
So this was the original. This was the original Tigerhawk.
Holy shit, he's huge.
Yeah. I mean, he was one of the big figures that came out at the end. And I mean, this other one is not much smaller when you compare them. They're
No, not by
pretty
any means.
comparable, right?
Yeah,
But
that looks good though.
yeah. So
That's a shame. That's a golden toy. That almost looks like an Energon or Ramada toy the way it's colored.
yeah, I mean this was a Transmetal 2 Beast Wars figure.
So I am curious though, just because he is in the chat, a couple of people in the chat who are relatively new, right, to the show. Which one would be Adam? He's still popping in. Adam, do you collect anything? Psycho's gone. He said, "Fuck this."
I'll be right back.
But then also, I am curious. My brother Corey, so he's younger than us. He would be 30, going on 31 this year.
Oh my god, I have clothes older than him.
Doesn't Corey collect Vin Diesel paraphernalia?
Just his kids. But I am curious. I know Corey's a big Alien fan, a big time Alien fan. But I'm curious if there's anything else he collects. So if he's still in the chat, just chime in. What else you've got going on in the actual collection wise, besides Alien? That's my influence on him.
That's a great toy, Psycho.
Yeah, man, I love this toy. I actually got this
Also
from someone in Plantation when Chris used to live in a condo there. We went there for some toys, and they actually had this figure, and that's where I picked it up.
Sure.
Do you
I
have
don't
the?
remember that at all?
Do you have the shitty Beast Machines giant Cheetor?
No, I didn't like Beast Machine, so I didn't buy any of that stuff.
Such a terrible show, man.
You know why, though, right? Like,
Yeah, it looked like shit.
Well, no. iSpark talked about it the other day.
It looked like
They
shit.
wanted
That's it.
to. They didn't let the writers, even though this was supposed to be a sequel series to Beast Wars, they hired a completely new writing staff and then wouldn't let them watch Beast Wars. So they went into this with just like an outline of, hey, these characters come back after a long fight. You have to use these characters and go. That's why there was no continuity between a lot of things. The continuity was missing, right? Because they just didn't give them that.
Missing. Fucking missing.
Yeah, and I mean, to my understanding, Adam doesn't really collect much. I don't want to speak for him though, so he could,
If he's still in the chat, he may, who knows, he might be laughing somewhere or trying to research if Mr. Dickey's still around. Who knows?
But here's the Air Razor influence, Tony. If you look, you can see that this cover for Tigatron's like head looks exactly like Air Razor's head, except transmetal. So, and I've actually never transformed this one.
I think it's a really cool toy. I wish I'd have fucked around with the one. I had so many the newer toys I could have messed around with just to kind of feel them and see what was what. And the only one I messed with was one of the Dinobots, honestly.
All right. So apparently Corey's my brother here, Corey, is starting a GameCube collection in retro consoles, but like for him, not ancient like we are. He says that, but I remember months ago he messaged me asking me if I still had, it may have been a GameCube. I feel like it was an N64. If I still had it, if I'd give it to him, so because he wanted to start a collection. Like, bitch, why am I going to take out of my collection to give you for your collection? Like, hold on, let's calm down with this shit.
I owned a wood grained Atari. It had a metal button you used to have to push over for and it had a connection to the back that when you hooked it up to your TV, you had to actually switch it to TV.
So apparently, Adam, he collects bitches, and he still has a bunch of the toys he grew up with. So there's that. It's Adam, so bitches very well could mean female dogs.
That's very cool. So, yeah, fuck bitches, get money. I'm with you. Good job.
All about it.
So, I guess we have 15 minutes. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot left over. We're actually, I do want to throw this out there. We're working on getting a rep for Blockies. I know we talked about this last week, but we're working on getting a rep for Blockies to come on and talk to us about new Blockies coming out, potentially, anything else they might have on pace. And then we've actually reached out, or Wheezy did, to the Reluctant Adult podcast. Those guys are awesome. They talk about all the kind of same stuff we do, but they seem to be getting a lot of information ahead of time. And Wheeze, you haven't heard back from them yet, right?
Actually, Paul messaged me about 5 minutes ago through Facebook, just saying that he's much more free after 9 p.m.
Okay, so we'll
I sent him the link, told him we were live right now, sent him the link in case you wanted to check us out. But yeah, so we're going to work for next week. I think we're going to work for that.
That'd be cool. So if anything, we have to wait till 9 o'clock. We will for him, just to make it easier for them to get on. But Paul and Bill both. It's, if you haven't watched it, it's hilarious. Again, Reluctant Adult podcast. Paul's always got the same fucking shirt on. It's a fucking AT-AT and it's falling over.
It's either that or this one.
Or the one you're wearing, yeah.
Yep.
And then Bill's wearing whatever of dead YouTubers. So that came out weird. I know what I meant.
This sounds about right. Apparently, he asked for a GameCube, and I told him I had 2 of them, which I think I do. That I wasn't selling them, and I was wasting his time. That sounds like something I would do to my brother. Absolutely.
Holy Christ on a cracker.
No. Hold on. I only have 1. I said Psycho probably has 2 or 10. To talk to that man right there.
So what's going on for Thursdays? I wasn't on Collector's Hideout last week. What's going on this week?
I thought you weren't available this week either.
I thought Tony said he was going to be at another trip. I thought it said he
No. That's not for a couple weeks. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I'm good.
So this week we're doing a movie episode.
Ooh,
we're doing a deep dive. We're doing Groundhog Day.
With Bill Murray?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do I keep thinking of Caddyshack?
Because he's also in
He's also in that.
Oh, Bill Murray. So Bill Murray. Groundhog Day is the one where it's like a Mr. Scrooge type thing?
No. It's where he's stuck in a time loop.
Where he keeps repeating the same day over and over again? Have you never seen Groundhog Day?
No, I've seen it. Dude, I've seen a lot of movies. I'm just trying to think of how the movie goes.
He keeps waking up every morning with a new day.
It's like an episode of Supernatural.
No.
Or Supernatural is an episode of that.
I think there is an episode of Supernatural where they do have like their own Groundhog Day. So yeah, maybe
they do because Gianna watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's for Thursday. So who's on Thursday?
I didn't realize Tony watched Supernatural. Interesting. We'll talk about this.
I don't actually. Gianna does. But who's on Thursday?
Well, then me and John need to talk because I fucking love that show.
Who is on Thursday?
Thursday is us two. I think Cuban wants to be in it on that.
Yes, I think he wanted to as well.
I'm fine with that. Can he change his background to not his bedroom? I'm getting tired of seeing like his Section 8 bedding.
God damn. That's kind of fucked up.
Well, he joins the cast and it looks like he's getting ready to be evicted.
I can't even.
Nobody? Just
can't
me?
even defend it. But yeah, so I think we're going to do that. We're doing that. But I think it's going to be Cuban, Psycho Eye. If you want to watch this, I thought you weren't going to be here.
No, I'll be here. I mean, I don't have. If you don't want me on, I don't have to. But
no, come on in. See, even Tim knows Supernatural is the best show. Fucking Supernatural.
Well, there's definitely some spookiness.
Oh, I don't watch it for spookiness. The fact that it's essentially X-Files mixed with Ghostbusters and a touch of evolution.
I mean, ghosts and stuff. You know, spooks. It's the best thing. Like, you know, woo.
I was just definitely expecting you to say something else, so I'm proud of you.
I'm thinking so many dark jokes that I can't say it because we forget about not being monetized. We'd probably get sued.
So Kudos
Psycho's
to
like, yeah,
Parker for not
yep,
saying
that's
that
exactly it.
No, I'm trying to freaking transform this thing that I haven't transformed in years. So I'm trying to remember how that works. And it's
Just fucking break it apart and glue it together how you want it.
no,
shit
it's not how Transformers work. You son of a bitch.
You very well can be. But yeah, so we'll be watching Groundhog Day and doing a deep dive into that because that's
So-
one of those ones. There's a lot of like fan theories about it that are really interesting.
That'll give me something to watch tomorrow night. So that'll work out awesome. So I'll definitely watch it tomorrow.
I already watched it. It was fantastic.
You guys
Psycho-
remember Mr. Destiny?
What?
Jim Belushi?
No.
Mr. Destiny had Jim Belushi and it had what's her name from Terminator?
Linda
Linda
Hamilton?
Carter?
Yes.
Oh, this fucking Linda Carter.
You never
Jesus
saw that?
Christ. Drink it.
No.
Oh my god, it's such a great movie. It's about a kid and he's playing baseball, right?
Okay.
And you only think in Jim Crow. What? I don't get it. So he hits a baseball, and there's two different versions. He either hits a home run and wins the game, or he doesn't hit the home run and he gets struck out. And there's
Does he then
two
lose the game?
destinies he has based on that,
Okay.
and he gets to live them both. If he had hit the ball and if he hadn't hit the ball. And that's why it's called Mr. Destiny. And actually, Michael Douglas plays his angel or whatever the hell it is. It's actually a good movie, man.
I mean, it sounds interesting.
No, Joe, we did not discuss the new Hot Toys Alien because I need to actually look it up some more. I saw a
Ooh.
video of it and it looks dope though.
Did you
Are
see
talking
the
about
hot?
the Alien Romulus one?
Have you seen it?
I've
looks
seen the
dope.
I've seen the video that they put up for it. I thought it was cool.
I saw it today. It looks badass.
I wasn't gonna say anything about it because Chris gets butthurt whenever I talk about the Hot Toys Alien stuff.
I don't get butthurt. You just keep trying to make me buy shit that I'm not gonna buy.
That too.
I'm not gonna buy it.
I got money to spend on other shit. Fucking on a $200 Alien. I got
You have money for fake mustaches. That was a home Family Guy thing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Because I have to save up, because next year, well, I guess this year, one of the fucking Halloween stores or where the fuck are gonna have a life-size animatronic alien that
Yep.
I'm gonna have to buy.
Yep, I'm
So-
getting that. I'm getting the fucking Springtrap animatronic and the what was the other one I was saying? There's three of them, right?
You didn't mention to me getting anything, so
No, I'm
Good
getting
night.
the alien. I'm getting the Springtrap, and there's another one. Shit, I don't remember what it was.
Gustavo, you could buy it for me, brother. If you buy it for me, I'll gladly put it on my shelf. You buy the new Predator, I'll put it on my shelf. I ain't spending that money. I got so much other shit I need to buy.
All the Predators you buy come with Chris Hansen. It's weird.
I mean, so
That was a joke. All right.
and
All right, I'm gonna go ahead
My
and
name's
call
Chris.
it. It's 9:54. It's been almost 2 hours, guys. Thank you everybody who's come out tonight. Psycho, are you still transforming over there?
Yeah, I got it. It's done.
Yay!
Psycho, what was the other movie you mentioned to do before we said Groundhog's Day?
It wasn't me that mentioned that. That was somebody else. Shit. Was it?
No, you mentioned something else, and then Jose said Groundhog's Day.
No, I didn't mention something else. It wasn't. I think it was Jose mentioned something because it wasn't me.
You mentioned something else.
I don't think so.
There was another movie that Psycho mentioned, and I was like, okay, maybe. And then Jose's like, oh, we should. What about Groundhog's Day? Like, oh, that's actually, yeah, let's do that.
I don't recall. I don't recall suggesting anything, but if I did, I did.
I'm gonna watch back the fucking cast. I don't watch my own work. You can watch the cast. If only watched, he'd know. But he doesn't support us.
He doesn't even support himself. Look at him.
I want to be supportive, but
What movie was it? God damn it. I really have to watch it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't recall suggesting a movie.
Yeah, you suggested, like, as soon as I mentioned, you suggested a movie right off rip, and then Jose's like, "Oh, we could do Groundhog's Day." Huh.
His shorts probably clotted that up. It's weird.
What?
Fucking Roddy Piper over there. All right, so
That's
thank
right,
you
don't forget it.
everyone.
I'll hit you with a coconut.
Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Great time. Probably could have talked about more. I'm sure we're all stupid. We had a great time with it, but good I and call it. And look forward to seeing everybody Thursday. Apparently it's Groundhog Day night on Collector's Hideout, so I will go ahead and watch that.
Yeah, I'll
I
watch
haven't
it
seen it.
tomorrow.
I haven't watched it in a very long time, but I'll check it out tomorrow and see what's up. But until then, thank you all so much for coming. You guys got anything else?
I ain't
No.
got shit.
Well, then, in true Shellhead Toys fashion, no capes, motherfuckers.
That's rough.
My